Good day, my little robins, it's me Beth. Another week has passed, which means you get another video from, well, me here on this channel. And if you haven't already read the title, today I am reacting to Holy Hell by Architects, their brand new album which was released on, November the 9th. Yes, here's the album, it's so pretty. Enough said. Before we begin, if you want to support me and the channel, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe because, well, nothing's stopping you, and I do upload weekly. You can tap that bell to be notified of when I upload on this magnificent channel. But that's enough rambling. Let's just dive straight into Architects' Holy Hell. It's safe to say that there has been a lot of hype, around this album, especially since the band released Doomsday, which gave fans, the first look into where the band was going after Tom's death. And it's safe to say that Doomsday is a standout song, and it kind of got everyone excited for where Architects were going next. They released 3 other music videos, Hereafter, Royal Beggars and Modern Misery. I have reacted to them on this channel, so you can go check them out if you're an Architects fan like me. But if those 4 songs were, anything to go off, this album was clearly going to be a success. And it's safe to say, I know this is kind of early on, like a couple of days after the release, but I feel like this is going to be on a lot of people's top albums of 2018. I know for a fact it is on my it's top 3. I'm not going to tell you where it comes because you'll have to watch the video I do, later in the year, but hint hint, it made the top 3. Anyway, that's kind of going off track. For me, this album feels like the band have, poured all their hearts and souls, into every song. There is an overarching theme of, death, loss, grief, light, dark, and it feels like the band have matured since Tom's death, which is probably one of the hardest things, they've had to deal with as a band, losing, your core songwriter, losing like a brother and a family member. But it all comes together on Holy Hell, and yes, Architects are a metalcore band, and metalcore bands can be a little 50-50 and sometimes a little repetitive, but for me, when I listen to this album and I think about Architects, they are a metalcore band who is evolving. They are showing that metalcore demands attention. This album demands attention, and it just shows, that they are willing to go above and beyond for this genre as well as their emotions, and you know what? I'll continue to support them to the very end. Architects released the Holy Ghost documentary on YouTube, and it gave fans, raw, unseen and to a degree unedited emotions and a hard look into the writing process behind this album. Sam said he wanted, to make songs that people could listen to, and especially if a person was going through a dark time, they could listen to this song and feel like they are not alone. And it's safe to say that that whole album, you could listen to any song if you're feeling down or if you're going through a rough time, and you can find a way to relate. Whereas Dan was worried that no one would actually like the songs because Tom was the core songwriter of the band for many years. But if my reaction, actually no, not just my reaction, but critics and other reactors on YouTube, on the internet and in magazines have anything to say, then Dan, we love these songs, we love this album, we have taken it to heart. You guys have nothing to be worried about because you have showcased, pretty much you put all your emotions, your heart and soul on like a silver platter and handed it to us. It was very easy for us as fans to be like, it's really bad, it's really whiny, oh god, why can't they do something, that's different? But we were all there, we accepted it and was like, damn, this is a simple masterpiece that won't be forgotten for a very long time. The other 7 songs on this album all flow naturally and lyrically tell an overlapping story that starts with death and darkness with the song Death Is Not Defeat, before finishing on the note of acceptance and semi-moving on with the semi-emotional song A Wasted Hymn. You do have a couple of other songs on this album, but in particular I'm going to pick out the 7th Circle, which kind of sounds like old school Architects, which got me really excited when this song came on, but with a more mature twist that showcases that, this band have been around like over a decade, and if they can find ways to, constantly like evolve a formula that works for them, I am very happy, but there were a few songs they scattered amongst all this goodness that pretty much was like, okay, I am listening to an Architects album, and you know what guys, I like it, I like it, I like it. If I had to pick my favourite song off this album, and trust me, this was a very hard decision to make because there were some pretty nice songs on this album, I'm not gonna lie. My favourite song is A Wasted Hymn, and it's mainly because of the lyrics. For example, can you live a life worth dying for? Now it's time to sink or swim, and nothing lasts forever, to name a few. This song somewhat hit me personally, and I'm still not quite sure why I kind of found myself relating to this song, but I will tell you this, when I first listened to this, I was on the train on the way into town, and I nearly missed my stop because I was hit by the power and intensity of every single word. Architects do not write a lyric for the sake of it because they need a lyric to fill, you know, like a gap or fill a few seconds. Each lyric fits into the song, into the story, into the overlapping like experience the band want you to have. So yes, although A Wasted Hymn is personally my favourite, I know there'll be other people out there who have their own favourites, so, you know, what's your favourite song on the album? Tell me in the comments. If I had to give Holy Hell a rating out of 10, it's safe to say, guys, that this should come as no surprise, especially if my reactions of other songs, have, said anything about this album. It is getting the perfect, flawless 10 out of 10, because damn, this album deserves it, and like I've already mentioned, this will be in a lot of top albums of 2018. Personally, in my last few videos, I have said this is probably one of my highly anticipated albums, to end 2018. This is a great way to end 2018, and I'm so happy that, they released a superb album from start to finish. And yes, some of you might find flaws with the album, but in my eyes, it's perfect. In the comments below, I'd love to hear, your guys' thoughts and opinions on the album. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Like I already said, what's your favourite song? What's your least favourite song? What's your favourite music video? Start a conversation. While you're down there, you can also check out all the links, to Architect's social media, along with my own social media, because who doesn't love a good self-plug on their YouTube channel? Enough rambling. If you want to support me and the channel, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click my face right here to subscribe to the channel because, well, nothing's stopping you, and I do try and upload on a weekly basis. You can check out my last 2 videos or playlist right here, depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, like my sign says, keep listening to good music. I'm Beth. Goodbye.